Okay, so I cut up some onion, and I'm gonna add that to the pot of water that I have. So I'm gonna cut a whole what do you call this? I forgot what it was called. I call it calabaza in Spanish, but in English it's called Lori, what's this called in English? The calabaza? Huh? Oh yeah, the zucchini. I'm gonna cut the zucchini, just one for right now, because I'm just measuring out, because it's only for 2 people, but I'm sure my sister wants left over for tomorrow. Then usually I like to get the whole carrots and use those, but sometimes I get these because my children like to, my kids like to snack on these. And I just use about 2 bags worth of carrots. Now I think I'm gonna add just a little bit more of cabbage, just a little bit more, like that much, just a good wedge. Gonna rinse this out. I usually take off the first leaf. I always rinse out all my veggies all the time. I just cut that kind of into like rectangles. I'm just gonna cut in half, cut those in half, and then cut it in 4s. So I cut it in half, I cut one in half, and then I cut one side of it in half, and then I cut it into 4s. Okay, so this is what it looks right now, like with the veggies put together. The chicken, I do cook it separately, and then I add it towards the end. And we also make rice separately as well, because that's kind of like optional. I'm just gonna let it simmer for a little. So this is the seasoning I'm gonna be using: black pepper, caldo de pollo. This is the reduced sodium one. That's why it has a blue cap. It usually has a green cap, which both kind of taste the same. And then sea salt. Normally I use regular salt, but sea salt is fine because that's all Mr. has. But I'm gonna be very, very careful with this. Like literally, like just a tad here and there, and that's it. Then I'm gonna add black pepper.
You added black pepper last time?
Yep.
I don't remember.
Because I love me some black pepper. And then I don't measure anything with spoons and all that jazz. I kind of pinpoint already knowing how much I want.
Dang, it's a lot.
And I still think everything's a lot, but she doesn't realize how much is actually packed into one little cube that she uses.
This is 1 teaspoon.
Yeah. I'm gonna add a little bit more. And on the side, we're gonna be cooking rice and chicken. And then once it's almost done, like 5 minutes before it's done, I'm gonna end up adding the corn on there. So when we put it together, my sister's making rice. And yeah, the soup is also coming on just great. For this to be done, the veggies usually don't really take that long to cook, give or take 20 minutes. We're actually just waiting for the potatoes to fully cook. When the potatoes are fully cooked and the carrots, it's actually practically done. I'm just gonna add the corn in when that's done, and then let it cook for about 5 more minutes, and then it's boom, done. We actually just be waiting for these two. So yeah. So now I'm gonna be adding the corn, and we're gonna have the whole bag.
Dang, really? Is that what you added last time?
Yep. And then I'm gonna stir.
Let's go get the corn in here.
10 more minutes, and the soup will be done. The first batch of the chicken is already out. We'll wait for the second batch, and we're into the rice. The rice shouldn't take long either, about 5-10 more minutes as well.
The rice is great right now.
Hey guys, welcome to our mukbang again. Today we are making, well technically I made, we're making caldo de pollo.
Made caldo.
Well, yeah, we made caldo de pollo. But you'll see how I made it, how we made it, you know, whatevs. It was actually more of a basic. There is a longer way to do this, which is to put the chicken in and use that all the stock and all this stuff, but I don't do that. So this is how I made it. I wanted to cut my chicken, you know, in little pieces.
How come you didn't do that like when he was cooking?
I thought about it, but I was like, nah, it takes longer.
It does.
Oh, no. No, I just didn't. I didn't want to cut it. I was being
I
lazy.
see. That's so delicious.
So yeah, that's my chicken. Like, it literally looks like a little topping.
Last time she did this, my gosh, this caldo was like 5-star. No complaints.
Yeah. A lot of people like my cooking, but they just don't like to say it out loud. I don't know why. There are a few that don't like it. There are a few that don't like my techniques. I don't know why either. Everybody cooks differently. Like when you're living like with your parents, you cook their way. But when you leave, you gradually
Get your own style.
get your own way of cooking, and you don't copy nobody else. You just have like I watched my mom cook when not what the entire time I was growing, but I watched her cook here and there. I watched my dad cook here and there. So my stepmom cook here and there. So, and then I ended up trying my own stuff because I started cooking like at a very young age too. So I just grabbed different techniques, you know, and I also I've always liked to watch like cooking channels and stuff like that. So
It's always intriguing. But believe it or not, her girls don't like this specific soup, which is shocking to us. Because it's so delicious. My favorite soup ever. And even in restaurants, there's some times when it is so gross. Like, it's not even cooked right. It's not even... It's some of the vegetables is not even done right. You know, like, it's not fully cooked. And it's just like, blah. 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 You know? Not even a 1-star. It's like less than a 1-star. And this is like total 5-star. I've had 5-star soups in a restaurant before. This is total 5-star.
thank you, Lori. Appreciate that.
Quest.
Now, are you just saying that because you're my sister?
No. Don't say it because I'm throwing your face. If it was terrible, I'd throw it at your face too.
Yeah, she would.
Not actually throw the food at her face. I mean, like, tell her to her face. Throwing the food at her face, that's
Throw
just
a
insulting.
comment. Throw a comment in my face.
For me, that's insulting. I'm pretty sure she'll feel the same way.
It is. I've had food thrown in my face before.
At a Whataburger same time.
Mm-hmm. We're drinking the good old DP.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper. My fave is like Dr. Pepper cherry or Coke cherry, but she just likes regular. Okay, back to the tongs. Oh yeah, the tongs, you know how they usually have this thing in the middle where you can just adjust it or whatever? I don't even know what happened to it. I think it broke. While my other sister, the eldest of us, was actually cooking here last time, and I don't even know what she did with it. Only got one. I just like to watch this girl, Veronica Wang. And not all the time because I can't actually see her all the time because I don't have Wi-Fi. And my phone doesn't have that much data. So, you know what's weird? Because some people say that I have like a country accent, yet we're sisters and we sound different. I mean, how is that? I mean, how does that make sense?
Who says that?
People on Whataburger. And then people, when I was working in Walmart, would say every job that I get. I don't think, even in freaking FedEx.
Like that you have a country accent?
I have a country accent. It's funny. Because this one time at work, I was at FedEx. I had gone to go get M&Ms for the machine, come back, and I started eating it from there as I'm working. And once I'm done, I'm like, I moan and I say yes. And the guys next to me, they just turn around and look at me like freaking out. Because I was freaking hungry. That just satisfied me. It's funny because I also had like a Coke cherry And she was even more good because it was chocolate, peanuts, Coke. Best combination. But
We're gonna have 10 years.
10 years
We're gonna have
married.
10 years married, yeah.
Oh my gosh. And to get it together?
Going on 14 years. Wait,
It can't be more than. It's gotta be more than 4 years.
yeah. Going on 14 years
Wow.
together.
Crazy.
I know when people are like, what?
It's kind of hard to believe it's been this long because it doesn't feel like it's been this long.
I know. It's crazy. Especially how I've had a lot of ups and downs with my husband. But it's crazy how long we've been together.
I never forget how old Saturday really is.
Huh?
I forget how old Saturday really is.
10.
Exactly what I'm saying.
Oh, when the year that she completes like a certain age, like this year she completes 10, my oldest daughter.
And
That's how I know. Like, I mean, obviously I remember, right? But that's the year that we're gonna have like, like let's say she completes like 15 years. Oh, that means me and my husband are gonna be 15 years married that year.
Can you believe that? I can't picture Saturday as a teen. I can't.
Can you believe that in 10 years
She's gonna be 20. Yeah,
she's gonna be 20 years old, and then my middle is gonna be 19. My youngest is gonna be 17. Can you believe that?
That's really
That's
hard.
insane.
That's really
How
hard.
they're like literally almost halfway through their lives. Almost. So Sayuli's like she's basically halfway through.
That means
her
I'm gonna be
adulthood.
30 by the time that comes. No, I'm gonna be 40.
Like what? You're already 30, ma'am.
I'm gonna be 40. You're gonna be like 41.
I'm gonna be 41. It's crazy.
Ugh, I'm no part.
I mean, you think about it, right? And what I've heard so much that once they hit their like 14, 15 years old, everything passes by like this.
Like the children's years?
Yeah. And it's true, it's true what they say. Like once you're out of high school, like life flashes by very quickly. It does. Like I still remember when me and my husband were just dating, like if it was yesterday, I remember when I was pregnant with my oldest daughter, my middle, and then my last, like if it was yesterday. I remember so much stuff, like it's crazy. It's hard to, it's not hard, but it's crazy how like when you realize like it's already been like a long time. Like sometimes I think of memories and I'm like, no, we did that last year, and then I'm all like, wait a minute, no, that was like 3 years ago. Like it's crazy. It's crazy how far it's been. It's funny how me and my sisters, well, it's funny how my sisters call me girly. Because to all my friends, I wasn't girly. It's funny. To my primos, I wasn't girly. But to my sisters, I'm girly.
We say this because she's the one who wore most of the girly stuff.
I wore what they wore, just girl stuff. No difference. I mean, I wouldn't wear dresses to school. I wore jeans, but I like blouses.
I like jeans that were like fitting to her, and I didn't like that.
Oh yeah, they all like baggy stuff. I didn't. I like that they fit me right. I like blouses. I like doing my hair.
I like t-shirts.
To be honest with you, my senior year, I got totally like, wow. Like I cared, but I didn't care at the same time.
She
so
still wore her
like,
face.
Yeah, but the thing is that when I was in high school, I wouldn't put my face on the way I do now.
Obviously.
Like there was a such thing as foundation. Like I tried foundation in high school, but I didn't like it. And it was the Neutrogena foundation. It was expensive, but I didn't like it. And because it was the wrong shade, and I didn't know how to put it on. I don't know.
One thing, yeah, and there was no tutorials back then.
Yeah, and then I like putting it on with my fingers either. So it was just weird. I would, however, put powder on. But the thing is, I wasn't really looking for coverage. My face wasn't really like full of like, I mean, I had like little scars here and there, but there was really nothing wrong with my face. It was mainly to control the oil. So I would buy powder to control my oil. And there was a certain powder that I really liked. It was from Maybelline. I've always been a Maybelline fan, like big Maybelline fan. One of my first powders, besides the CoverGirl, which I didn't really like at all. CoverGirl has such a strong scent sometimes, and it's overwhelming. And I feel like it doesn't do much. I feel like it ruins my face because of the scent that it has, like the chemicals for the scent. I don't know. Excuse me. But for the Maybelline one, it didn't have a scent, and I loved the way it felt on my face. Like it felt like almost like velvety soft. Now that I'm able to describe it, the way it looked on my face too. It was like it mattified my face, which is one of the things I loved back then. I mean, I still love it now, but sometimes I like a little like glow, not like oily glow,
boom,
like the way they like it nowadays.
Natural glow.
Just a natural glow, healthy glow. That's what I like. I like a healthy glow. Because I'm getting older. I don't want to look older. I want to look younger. But not dramatically young. Just, you know, nice and glowy young. But that powder, I don't know if you guys remember it. It was a long Maybelline powder, and the packaging was gray. And it was a matte gray. And it was long. And it was when they used to put those little mirrors like in the bottom. And the powder would be on top with a little like the sponge application. And I loved that powder. Like I loved it. I would always like repurchase whenever I was able to. And then I wouldn't put blush on. I would put my eyebrows on because I started doing my eyebrows since I was in 7th grade.
She did them back differently back then.
Yeah. Back then, they weren't tadpoles either. Because back then, a lot of people were doing like tadpole style. Or just a line, which is gross.
That was just weird.
And, I mean, no offense to anybody. But,
yes.
It was just like, what's the point of putting a line, you know? So, what I would do them like this. Mm-hmm. Like, I would have a point, hold on. I would have a point like this, and I would do them like this. But, they were a little bit thinner. And the inner corner, my inner brow, wouldn't be like this. It would be round. Like I would round it out, but evenly, not like a big tadpole, like where it's big right here and then thin right here. No, it would be even. It didn't look bad either back then, because that's the way everybody would do it back then. Everybody would do it like that. And I'll get a ton of compliments all the time, like tons and tons of compliments. Do you have them tattooed? I'm like, no. Oh, where do you go have them done? I'm like, I do it myself. You do it yourself all the time? They're perfect. I'm like, yeah. Well, thanks. But I do it myself all the time. Oh, what do you use? And I'll tell them what I would use and everything. I would literally use like Dollar brow pencils. Like
Dollar General?
No. It was like from HEB or Walmart, like the local stores. Walmart, or one of the biggest places I liked going to back then was what's that called? Irene's. There's like a novelty shop here. And it's called Irene's Novelty Shop, and I used to get my eyebrow products there because it was just like $1. And it would, like back then I used to dye my hair a lot, and I would like do with every hair cutter that I had, and then I stabilized my hair and I just like stopped dyeing my hair, left it brown. So yeah, that's all I would do with my face was just a powder, my brows, and I would literally put like a little bit of eyeshadow. Like I would put like subtle eyeshadow. I had a CoverGirl quad. And it had like a shimmer, a purple, a pearl, and it had like a bronze. And of course there was no such thing as like the creasing here, this on this hoopla. This is what I would do. I would normally put my shimmer shade on my lid and my lash line, and I would get my pearl shade and highlight my brow bone. I would always highlight my brow bone, even then. And that's what I would do all the time. And then my mascara, and then I'll put on a lip product, which my lip product was always gloss or chapstick.
It's funny how she said
not chapstick. It was a lip smacker
on the brow bone and the shimmer.
That's not what I said.
You said shimmer on the lid.
I said shimmer on my lid and my pearl color on my brow bone.
A lighter one from the shimmer.
It was a pro color, and it was like a nice pro color too. I still have that quad.
They still make them.
I know. I have that quad.
The exact same one. They still make them.
They bought me a quad like a few years back, and they're like, oh look, we like thought it, like we remembered you. I don't know when you guys bought it for me. You good thing? And I was like, crap, I haven't seen this in a long time because I had thrown my other one out because it was super old. And I haven't seen it in a long time. And I used it, and I was like, wow, I don't like it anymore.
Really?
Yeah, I only like the shimmer one. But the rest of them, I don't like them anymore. I just don't, the pigmentation is not there. I mean, now that I know more about makeup and what I like about my makeup, like, it's just, the pigmentation is not there. But back then, I liked it a lot because I wasn't looking for pigmentation. I was looking for subtlety, but that would make me look nice. And that's what I loved. It was like literally one of my favorite quads. I had a lot of makeup even back then too, but that was my favorite quad. All that would go with me everywhere. That would go with me everywhere. My mascara, which I wasn't picky about mascara either. Actually, no. My favorite mascara was a telescopic mascara from L'Oreal. It was my favorite one. And then my lip product, I wasn't picky about that. As long as it wasn't goopy, like my lip gloss wasn't goopy or sticky, it was good. But normally I'll go towards a lip smacker. So, and that was my face right there.